Awaken smart stuff.
NBC.
What do you get when you put two Minnesotans and a guy from Wisconsin together? Twist. The Week in Sports Talk. Get ready for some sports chatter where there's sure to be laughing, arguing, and maybe even crying. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Reeves, Matt Benz, and Greg Green Bay Bauman. What do you get when you put two Minnesota?
Hey, there we are.
It's our first show.
You know, I love that intro, but for as much clothes I have, it's like, why did I wear that? Every time I watch it, I fucking hate that polo. It's super big.
Yeah.
I'm like drowning in it.
And I could have done better. But did we even know that guy was going to be there to do that?
I think so, but why didn't I rock like a Vikes jersey?
Yeah. Yeah, and then
I decided to wear that.
And then that other guy who shows up to the show every now and again, he looked like, he was like straight out of a mafia meeting.
He looked high. Yeah. Well, either way, welcome in episode 74. Aaron Fraudgers.
Who's 70? Oh, we got to do 74. We got to go Michael Orr for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Michael Orr.
yeah,
I like that. That's a great flick.
yeah. Connor, every time he sees 74, like, Michael Orr, he watched the movie once.
Well, it's good. Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Yep. Tim McGraw doing a little acting.
He's a great actor.
He is.
Friday
He's in
Night
that
Lights
movie?
when he plays the drunk. Tim McGraw?
I don't know if Tim McGraw was in that movie.
He's Sandra Bullock's husband.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was Tim McGraw.
Well, that's acting for you.
with a toupee.
He fooled you that you didn't even know it was him.
Right, but also I don't think I could pick out Tim McGraw out of a two-man lineup with fucking Denzel Washington.
Wow.
Tim McGraw would
Is
be the white guy.
Yeah.
That's how much I don't.
Tim McGraw's the GOAT.
Yeah, he to be in music for as long as he was, then go into acting, married to Faith Hill.
Yes. I would have put that first. But
Did he? Well, what's his most famous country song?
Well, he's got
had a lollipop
Did he do, like, the
stain on
beer
my white
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
Jeez.
Okay, there.
Killing me in that mini skirt.
Okay.
I don't think it was
skipping
a lollipop.
rocks by the railroad tracks.
Skipping rocks on the river by the railroad tracks.
She had a suntan line and red lipstick. I worked so hard for that first kiss, and a heart don't forget, something like that.
Bam, 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 bam. Yep.
I think that
Tevin, are you regretting asking now?
No, this is honestly. I think this is the best start to the show in the history of our studio.
Oh, speaking of shows, we are coming at you from NBC Multicast Studio, sponsored by Bricks, Boatworks, and Minnesota Dock and Lift. So we aren't the only show, Twist Nation, here at NBC Multicast Studio. We are the best show, other than my favorite show, the one with the whores, right, Tevin?
Yes, and you'll be glad to know that they came back.
I think they like to call themselves strippers, but okay.
Well, no, I mean, their
Tomato,
show is-
tomato, Greg.
Their show is called Other Words for Whore.
It is.
So they embrace it.
So the reason I brought that up is Gabe has his own show. What's that? Confession of a Weirdo?
Oh, Profession Confession.
Profession Confession, and he had on one of the jurors from the Chauvin trial.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And Tevin was he was emceeing and back there like he does for us. So I caught the first couple minutes, and I just wanted a brief synopsis of how it went, Tevin.
It was good. I thought that it wasn't necessarily as juicy details as I was expecting, but there were a lot of things that I didn't know just went on with trials. So for the jurors, for example, instead of just driving to the courthouse, they had to drive out to. They had I think it was 5 or 6 predetermined locations that they'd all had to drive to on a certain day, and then they would get picked up and have a police escort back downtown so that made sure nobody fucked with them. And then the hotel, when they were sequestered, they it was I think he said it was on Plymouth, but they made the hotel look like it was under construction and nobody was staying there, but really on the inside there was no construction going on, and they were all in this secret hotel with police everywhere on every floor.
See, I would have guessed that, especially for a trial like
But
this.
I would have never guessed that they would have closed it down and made it look like it was under construction.
That's weird.
That's
Yeah,
kind
they
of a
went,
clever
like, the
idea.
extra mile, so. Yeah, so stuff like that was cool, but there wasn't anything like jaw dropping behind the scenes. That
I thought the best part was finding out Gabe's like a closet racist.
Oh, you didn't know? He makes all these.
Can he get away with it because he does comedy then, or
Yeah, well, I mean, like he'll make jokes. I'm just like, they're not funny.
No,
but
it's not a funny,
whatever.
like-
Yeah.
Like this is awkward now, but
because he was asking the guy, basically like, how'd you get away with like lying to be on there? He's like, no, I told the truth and blah blah blah. Well, yeah, that's what they wanted though.
Yeah.
It was a young black guy who's witnessed police brutality. They're like, we want him.
Yeah.
We want him. He's perfect. But yeah, I tuned into like 5 minutes. So if you want to catch that show or any other great shows at NBC Multicast Studio,
check our Facebook out, NBC Studios on Facebook. Yeah, you can find all the best talent, the best shows in the history of live streaming and podcasting.
Just like them on the book, and it shows up on your feed.
right?
That's what I do.
Yeah, so if you like Twist, you're gonna love everything else we do.
Whoa.
Wow.
Calm down.
You're gonna tolerate
Yeah.
stuff.
Holy shit. All right, let's get it rolling. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
All right, first up, as always, the initials game.
Mike's in a zone.
The odds, I feel like they're GBG minus however many cards.
I don't know. I'm feeling good.
Minus however many cards there are.
Feeling good.
This is Bills against the Jaguars.
Here we go. I did this a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's
Today's
right.
initials are WC.
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 All right.
All right.
We can do all the cards.
We can do all the
Let's
cards.
do them.
Fuck it.
Let's do them.
All right. Card number 1, clue number 1. Founded in 1974. Clue number 2. Frequently utilizes stars in its logo.
Mike, Washington Capitals.
You are correct.
Woo! Benzie, take that, motherfucker. That's what you get.
Wow.
He said, all I need is 2 clues, and we're off to a
Off to
All I need is one, Mike.
Right. All right, here we go.
That's all I got. I blew my load early.
Item number 2. Clue number 1. Its logo briefly appeared on a TV screen in Back to the Future 2. Clue number 2. Debuted May 2nd, 1982. Clue number 3. As of 2013, its slogan was, "It's amazing out there." Clue number 4. Its logo is known to be blue. Clue number 5. Frequently shows maps. And lastly, clue number 6. Highlights radars, forecasts, and
Mike.
Greg was first.
Weather channel.
And we are tied up later.
I
This is gonna be a good.
Oh.
This is going to be a good one.
Oh.
And like
A millisecond.
in some of these, like just scrolling through the cards,
I can get.
these are all very good.
Wow.
Good ones. There's none of them that I'm like, what the hell is this? All right. Oh, maybe one. But anyway, here we go. Item number 3. Clue number 1. Are sometimes seen dancing. Clue number 2. Often cause trouble. Clue number 3. Often involves lying or deception. Clue number 4. Is often an attempt at obtaining free food or alcohol. Clue number 5. They usually only attend the reception.
Craig. Wedding Crashers.
There we go. GBG takes the lead with 2.
It's one of the best
Wedding
movies of all time.
Yeah, the clue number 6 is an R-rated 2005 comedy starring Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams.
They just line it up for you at the last one.
Clue number 1 was popular in the 16th century.
I'm out.
Clue number 2 formerly included the
Prince.
Yeah, Prince, calm down. Formerly included the word snow. Clue number 3 utilizes mechanical aeration. Clue number 4 was seen in 1999's Varsity Blues?
Mike, whipped cream.
Mike ties it up with
You
whipped
know I knew
cream.
that scene. Ooh, yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Oh,
Next up,
yes.
clue number 1. Can be seen at Disney World. Clue number 2. Founded September 13th, 1921. Clue number 3. Appears in Game of Thrones. Clue number 4. Can be seen all across Europe. Clue number 5. Connected to 2 stoners in 2004. And lastly, clue number 6. In 2014, Time Magazine named their slider the most influential.
Greg,
burger.
White Castle.
You are correct. And I'm curious if the first cat
Oh, White Castle.
1921. Yeah, Game
of Thrones. That
throws you off.
was smart.
Yeah.
I was stuck on Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Even with the stoners.
I was stuck on all around Europe.
Yeah.
I never
Yeah,
saw
because they
White
go.
Castle.
Harold and wasn't it go to
Yeah,
Europe
Harold and
or something?
Kumar they go to White Castle. But that wasn't in Europe, was it?
I don't know.
There was
Didn't they go
another
to a
one where they
second
went
one?
to-
I would
Yeah, there was
never
another one
watch
where they
that
went
movie.
somewhere, but I haven't-
It's not very good.
What do we got? 3-2.
We have 3-2.
I'm
in
just
favor
happy-
of GBG.
I'm just happy that Doge has nothing yet. By this point, you guys are
Yeah.
worried. If I'm not here, you guys are
Oh,
worried that
if
Doge is going to win.
If GBG's not here, Doge has got 2 points. Not like
Well, I have 3 though, and I would have got White Castle. Taking me
You have
5
2.
seconds.
Clue- yeah, you
I
have
know.
2.
I would have had
Oh,
Weather
yeah,
Channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clue number 1 is a 2014 episode of the science fiction anthology series Black Mirror.
I never watched that one.
Did I?
Clue number 2 is a 1954 film. Clue number 3. The songwriter's last name is the capital of a European country.
I'm going to guess, Greg. White Christmas.
GBG. Correct. White Christmas. I had no idea that was a band.
Either did I.
That's why he said guess.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's a stab in the dark.
Of course he gets it.
Yeah. That's a hell of a stab in the dark.
Jeez.
The next item for WC. Clue number 1 is a 2015 Jason Statham movie. Clue number 2. Often connected to the number 2. Clue number 3. A name describing a reckless or mysterious person. Clue number 4 is a low probability, high impact event. Clue number 5. In tennis, it's a tournament entry at the discretion of the organizers.
Greg, wild card.
GBG, correct with wild card. You are now up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Mike, you have 2. You're doing a lot better than I thought you were going to do. Next item for WC, clue number 1, was often humiliated. Clue number 2, first appeared in 1949. Clue number 3, often caused dust clouds. Clue number 4, gravity was often his enemy. Clue number 5, used complex contraptions and inventions.
Greg, Wile E. Coyote.
That is correct. GBG continues to pull away. Wiley.
I was trying to think, is it Wile E. Coyote?
Yeah, it's Weil. Yeah, and then E is technically, I guess, his middle name, but it all sounds the same. Next up for WC, clue number 1, dubbed his mansion Ursa Major. Clue number 2, often seen in purple. Clue number 3, appeared in Conan the Destroyer. Clue number 4, his abilities forced rule changes. Clue number 5, made statistical history on March 2nd, 1962. And lastly, clue number 6, once famously estimated that he slept with
Greg.
approximately 20.
Wilt Chamberlain.
That is correct. 20,000 women. That is unbelievable. 20,000? Mike, do you remember
Mike,
when
what are
you
you
hit
at?
the 20? Yeah, do you remember when you hit the 20,000 mark?
Oh Oh, shit.
Next item for WC. Clue number 1 appeared in the Academy Award-winning film for Best Picture in 2011. Clue number 2 appeared in a 2009 Quentin Tarantino film. Clue number 3. Iron Maiden would include his words in live versions of the song Aces High. Clue number 4. Connected to the Netflix series The Crown. Clue number 5. Connected to the Iron Curtain. And lastly, clue number 6 was deemed one of the most influential leaders.
Greg, Winston Churchill.
GBG continues to just expand the lead. And ladies and gentlemen, we are doing all the cards today for anybody that is confused.
Yeah, Greg just wanted to twist the knife today, so
we are running up the score.
Really appreciate that.
Clue number 1 was first televised in 1954. Clue number 2 features colored cards. Clue number 3. Willie was the first mascot in 1966. Clue number 4 involves a golden ball. Clue number 5 occurs every 4 years. And lastly, clue number 6 is a global sports event.
Mike. Winter curling.
Incorrect.
Shit.
3.
Come on, Doge.
Greg, World Championship.
Close. Doge gets his
Yes!
first point with Greg on set with World Cup.
Oh,
World Cup.
is that soccer?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was a tough one. I can't believe they didn't put like a soccer reference for number 6, but whatever. So we have Mike with 2, GBG with a lot, and Doge with 1. Clue number 1.
Good.
Often seen in the evening. Clue number 2. Has connections to NASA. Clue number 3. Connected to the Beatles. Clue number 4. And that's the way it is. Clue number 5. Was known as the most trusted man in America. And lastly, clue number 6.
Greg, Walter Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite running up the score. That is
Cronkite, Churchill. I mean, these were
Those are-
posters on Greg's walls. This is his rock walls when there was no electricity when he was growing up.
It is funny because the Beatles was the one that threw me off.
We have two cards left. Clue number 1, WC, dealt with function of dreams. Clue number 2, has an early connection to Johnny Depp's career. Clue number 3,
Winona Carolyn Ryder.
you're correct. No, that is not correct. Clue number 3, died in 2015. Clue number 4, connected to Ghostface. Clue number 5, has been called a master of horror. And lastly, clue number 6, was both the writer and director of films such as Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mike, Wes Craven.
Mike with Wes Craven is correct. Because technically you didn't ring in the first time, so we could not
We'll give him
accept
that one.
first answer.
Well, and that was a joke. Fake middle name. That doesn't. Come on.
Is this the last card?
This is the last card for all the marbles. We are tied, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're just tuning in, it's tied.
It's tied. Clue number 1 has been controversial and has been challenged. Clue number 2, fronted by a man named Earl. Clue number 3, started November 29th, 1963.
Greg. I was waiting for the date. The Warren Commission.
What the fuck, GBG?
That is the.
Yes, that is correct. Where's our winner button?
As soon as they said the date, it's about the Kennedy assassination.
I'm just watching Greg's face.
Your money. You know what else?
Well, as soon as they
You're a
said,
big winner.
as soon as they said Earl, I'm like
You're a big
Earl
winner.
Warren. But let me see if the next one's a date. The date was right after the Kennedy's assassination.
He's like a balloon you blow up when he starts to like know it.
I know. I always like pause. I'm like, is he gonna chime in? Does he have it?
Just waiting for confirmation on the date.
Because that would really help me.
That's what Mike's.
I'm always waiting for the date.
Mike's actually waiting for clue number 7.
Right.
Rhymes with
all I
Borin
need.
Shemishin.
Right. And I'd say Lauren.
All right. Next up, we have the twist topics of the week, and we are starting out with a bang. Thank you for wearing that jersey today, GBG. And by the title of the show, is Green Bay's beloved 12, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, a fraud?
You got the floor, Greg.
Yes. But here's the thing. They all are. You know, it's like, is Aaron Rodgers a fraud? Yes, but we create this animal with all these players.
We're media.
Well, we being fans. We're going to get into the other subject in a little bit, so I'm not going to touch on it. But the problem is that we create these monsters, and then we expect them to act the way we want them to. We, as a society of people who pay for this, give these guys more money than they could ever imagine doing anything else. And then we give them all of this entitlement, and then we wonder why they think the rules don't apply to them. Why are we surprised that Aaron Rodgers is going to do what he wants? And now let's just hypothetically say that everything he said on the Pat McAfee show was true, that he really does have this allergy to 2 of the 3 vaccines, that he couldn't take it, that he knocked those 2 out. Let's just assume that everything was true. Who cares? He's still going to do what he wants, just like all these other athletes always do what they want, and we're surprised about it. Do I like Aaron Rodgers as a person? No. But as the quarterback of my favorite team, his put-offness and his blatant disregard for the rules that are in place for everyone else makes him one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So as a fan of the Packers, I don't give a shit. As a human being, I don't want to go have a dinner with him. He's a jerk. But at the same time, you know what? Why are we surprised? Go ahead.
I would just like to see his reaction watching Kirk Cousins get roasted for being unvaccinated, knowing he wasn't. And that's why, like we were talking outside about this, like his ideals, like we have the same kind, but it's like when he skirted the question and then blamed the media for not asking a follow-up question. It's like, really, dude, like you blatantly lied and then have just done whatever you wanted. Like, nobody cares if you're unvaccinated. Cole Beasley was ousted right away. Mm-hmm. Nobody's talking about it. It was a storyline before people were playing football. Mm-hmm. Now we're in the season. All we care about is what's going on. And so the media blows it up, because you lied about it, and then they have all these procedures in place if you're unvaccinated, which you've just disregarded. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't. People, like, right away you hear callers calling in and, you see him, he's never wearing a mask. It's like, well, technically the mask policy is the same as Quick Trips. Mm-hmm. Please do it, but if you don't, you don't have to wear a mask. Yeah. But, episode 74, Aaron Fraudgers.
Yeah, and the thing is everyone's been talking about, Cole Beasley, like you said, but then the 2 other examples, I'm glad you brought up Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz. Yep. They're like, well, they do this and they do that. Well, that's the difference that's exactly what I'm talking about, entitlement. Kirk Cousins and Carson Wentz need to do it because they don't have 3 MVPs. They're not the most sought-after free agent probably at the end of this year. Or not.
Josh Allen's not vaccinated.
Yeah, but once again, Josh Allen also has 12 to 15 years ahead of him in the NFL. Yeah. He wants his image to be seen in a light where he can make a little money on the side, doing endorsements and stuff. Aaron Rodgers is so established right now.
I get it.
And but yet we created all this. If Kirk Cousins had 3 MVPs and the team was 13-3 for the past 2 years, Kirk Cousins would, give the NFL that.
He's a God-loving man.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
And I wondered, too, because when was the interview when he said yes? Was that already when, camp had started and he had reported to the team?
August 26th.
Yeah, so and then, the Kirk Cousins stuff, I feel like that happened kind of before that, and everyone was concerned about Aaron Rodgers being on the team or not. And I wonder if he saw Kirk Cousins get roasted and was like, I'm not going to dive into my vaccination status. I don't want to add that to the circus.
Well, first off, if you... And I forget how did he say it?
He said
he said he was immunized.
I'm immunized. If I'm a reporter right there, I immediately follow up with, what does that mean?
We didn't ask if you were
What? Vaccinated. Are you vaccinated, Aaron? Like, that's their fault 100%, but he still skirted.
Yeah.
And he wanted his cake and eat it too. Right. He saw what happened to Kirk Cousins. He didn't want to deal with it. Kirk Cousins said the right things. I will stay, 10 feet away, 6 feet away, whatever. I'll do all this stuff. Aaron Rodgers probably looked at all that and said, well, I want my cake and eat it too. I still want to be one of the boys.
Right.
But I don't want this shot. So I'm just not going to talk about it, or I'll lie about it if I have to.
Right. It's less about the fact that he's unvaccinated and more about the fact that he lied and misled people.
Yeah.
Nobody cares that he's not vaccinated.
Yeah.
Right.
Just, he sucks.
All right. Well, topic number 2. Was it the right move by the Raiders to part ways with Henry Ruggs III after he got charged with a DUI and resulting in a death, going 156 miles per hour in a residential zone in Las Vegas?
100%.
Yep. And this goes back to everything else I was talking about being arrogant. Now, Mike and I can speak to this, and we've talked about it on this show. I'll speak on behalf of myself. I've had problems with drinking and driving in the past. And there's 2 types of people when it comes to this. 2 types of bad people, bad decision making. Number 1 is people that will drink and drive when they shouldn't, and they, try to cross their fingers and try to get away with it. But having a blood alcohol level of a 0.16 and driving 156 miles an hour goes to say that there's something psychologically wrong with you, because you have no regard for anyone else on the planet. Most people who drink and drive, and it's not right, it is wrong, will sit there like this with their window rolled down in the middle of winter, staring at the road, driving as carefully as possible because they know they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
He did not give a shit about what he was doing.
And these are street light roads.
Right.
This isn't...
It's a residential area.
Right.
I mean, he hit the car. The airbag went off going 121 miles an hour, which tells you that he only had so much time before he realized there was a car there. And
he switched. From what I heard, he was in the right lane and switched into the lane, and then maybe realized there was a car. I, obviously don't know. And I had joked, and it's obviously not a funny situation. A woman, a girl, and her dog, they lost their lives. But I had joked with Greg, like, I used to wake up and I could blow more than a 0.16.
Mm-hmm.
It after sleeping all night. Like, so I don't necessarily, you go out and you have 3 beers, you could probably blow a 0.08.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he was necessarily just, but it doesn't matter. It's still against the law. He still killed somebody. And in Nevada, it's a non-probationable offense. So I think, especially with the speed, the gun, and the double the legal limit, he's going to prison for a minimum of 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
If that's another state, I think he might be able to finagle his way out.
Yeah.
Because of his name and his money and whatever. But you can't change the law because of him. Like, he's
right.
I don't see any other way that he's not gone.
The girl died, unfortunately, and as a result, there's no way he can skirt this and get away with it.
Oh, and PETA. I mean, PETA's got to be all over this with the dog.
Okay, well then, question for both you guys. You have Michael Vick, Ray Rice, all this stuff. Do you think he'll ever play in the NFL again?
Oh, absolutely not.
I think he will.
I don't think there's a chance. And if this would have been pre-Ray Rice, like the Michael Vick thing.
Yeah, but Ray Rice beat the hell out of a chick.
Who then came out and supported him and said that we're getting counseling and all that.
Right.
He killed
he's
someone.
He's rich. He did. But it's at the same time, it was a horrible, life-altering mistake.
Mm-hmm.
We've all made them.
Yeah.
Is it irreparable? I don't think so. I think he can come back from it. Why not? Yeah, he killed somebody. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But can't he redefine his life and move forward? We have.
Yeah.
Do you really want to be judged off one thing and that's it only?
No.
You killed somebody, you can't come back from it.
No, I'm not saying that I wouldn't let him back.
No, I know that.
I'm saying because I would.
But if any job out there would, it's the NFL.
I don't know. I just think that they're too concerned about the image now.
But this is today. Would
Yeah.
they today?
Yeah.
No, he's already gone. But this will be probably a year out. He's going to serve 2 years. He's only 22. So
Yeah,
by the time
that's
he
why
can
I'm
play,
asking.
by the time he can play, he'll be 25 or 26. Kelvin Ridley is 26.
Yeah.
Kelvin Ridley.
I think
So will somebody give him a shot? I 100% think they will.
Yeah, I think he'll have to do like obviously the whole like okay, I like went to like did counseling and treatment and like all of that and do the whole PR stuff. But yeah, if as long as he does that, I think 2 years from now, as people kind of are out of the moment.
You know, and I don't know if this matters at all, but to me, like DUI, car crash, speed, death was like enough to convict. And then he's got the gun in there. It's like
Yeah,
that to me was just the 30 cherries on top. Like, you fucking idiot.
And
dude.
see, the thing is people miss the point on these discussions because I drive a lot for my job. So I listen to a lot of sports talk
You and
radio.
me both, brother.
Yeah. And what people are talking about is, well, shouldn't the NFL, make it more available for town cars and driving services and all this? When you're driving 156, you didn't make a conscious decision that, you know what, I'm not that bad, I can get home. You were out to do something reckless. You did not care about the safety of yourself and to get home safely. I think that what he needs is he needs psychological help to find out at what point did you think that you became bulletproof.
Yeah.
So
He just likes to go fast. He ran, what, a 4.28?
right.
Fast guy.
Out here driving like
I
Ricky
s-
Bobby.
I saw the
I want to go fast. I want to go fast. I want to go
I
fast.
saw the jail picture too, and he's in like a neck brace.
Yeah.
Just the look in his face, like my life.
Mugshots
is
usually
over.
aren't flattering, but yeah, his was added salt or poured salt on the wound with the neck brace.
Yeah, the amount of shame that he's gonna have to deal with because he lost a buddy to a car crash.
Yeah.
In like 2015 or something. So when he goes to the end zone, I think he holds up the number 3 because that was his jersey number or something like that. So like somebody of high importance in his life, not the same situation, but the same cause of death. And the fact that up in flames, I guess there was a picture of him sitting on the curb while the other car is like just torching, like at that point it's not like he could go in and backdraft and do anything, but it's like to live with something like that for the rest of your life is damn near punishment enough, I think. But we'll see. Time will tell.
Topic number 3. Now that OBJ has been cut by the Browns, where will he end up?
I think the Raiders. I think
You're hoping.
well.
GBG traded for him in our league.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So they want him to obviously the Browns obviously want someone to pick him up because otherwise they're on the hook and then he can go anywhere he wants for free practically. But they renegotiated the buyout, so it's instead of the other team paying him $8 million, the other team's probably going to owe him 4 or 5, and the Browns have to pay the remainder. I think it's either going to be the Patriots or the Raiders.
I think the Raiders makes a lot of sense. It worries me that it feels like deja vu.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown went to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and revitalize. It worked for 3 weeks.
But
So I don't know if the organization has what it takes to be able to take that kind of persona on. They did it with Randy Moss, but that was a different, I don't know.
But see, the similarities between Randy Moss and Odell Beckham Jr. are different from anyone else. Why don't people like Terrell Owens? People don't like them because they're divas.
They're all
Antonio
divas.
Antonio Brown actually broke the law and he was suspended. It's like Randy Moss, people just didn't like his personality. Terrell Owens, people just didn't like his personality. Odell Beckham Jr., he's just arrogant. And so what you need someone with an established team, which is why I would probably think the Raiders might not be the best thing. But then you go to a team like the Patriots. It's either you're going to do it our way or you're going to be gone because he's going to be flying right.
Yeah.
Because he's a free agent at the end of this year.
Yeah. Well, those 2 teams make the most sense because he's wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
He can't go to the Rams or otherwise what's the point?
Yeah.
He is a diva. He needs the ball.
Yeah.
He was the wide receiver 1 in Cleveland, but they're a run first team.
Yeah.
With 2 running backs.
If it was last year and everything else being the same, but it was last year, he'd be a saint right now.
Yeah. See, and I love Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily love him to the point where come on to the Vikings and I'll get a hard on for you, but I loved him in college. I like him in Cleveland. He's a tough guy. I think he just takes a lot.
Yeah.
And for a franchise who hasn't had a quarterback, since Greg was a wee little lad,
Bernie Kosar,
okay, well,
which, yes, I was a wee little lad.
So there you go.
Yeah.
the 80s. I thought you were 48 in the 80s.
All right, next topic. Did Cincinnati get snubbed in the college football playoff rankings?
Well, this one was especially teed up for Benz, but Benz is on his menstrual cycle, so that's why he's not at the show.
What, they're sixth, right?
Yeah.
They were sixth.
The answer is yes.
100%.
By
Yes.
far. They could have, what they could have done is they could have appeased the college football world and put him at 2 or 3. And then everything else that happens, they would have just slowly fallen out of the top 4.
Yeah.
Because other teams are going to have more impressive wins. And then if you're the college football committee and you don't want him in, then you just hope that Notre Dame loses. Because the only big win on their schedule is Notre Dame. But to have them out already is to say there's nothing you guys can do to get in.
Right.
So I think it was bull. I think that they should have done it the other way around, and you can still knock them out.
See, I think 2 or 3 is high. I think you put them right at 4. Mm-hmm. You just crack them in. You're not slighting them by putting them at 5. You get them at that 4 spot, and like you said, they'll work their way out. But with making a statement like that, it spreads it across the country. It's like, what more can we do to get in?
Yeah.
It's the good old boys club.
Yeah.
Nobody else is allowed in.
Yeah.
And that's why they need to broaden it, which they're talking about doing it, and make it bigger. But as it is now, yeah, they're screwed. They're not getting in. So I feel bad for them.
Yeah. Next, topic number 5. Was PJ Fleck, who just received that 7-year extension with the Gophers, deserving of the new contract?
Yes, I think so. I think that he is the right fit for a school like this. Minnesota's not a traditional Big Ten school. It's not in a small town in the middle of nowhere where there's nothing else around it. You're in the middle of the largest city in Minnesota. So there's a lot of distraction, a lot of stuff. So you need a rah-rah guy that's going to keep people interested. And he's got a lot of big wins to his credit. So you need that guy. And I think he'd be a horrible professional coach. I don't think his shtick would work anywhere in the SEC. So I think that he's a perfect fit, and they're compensating him enough right now where if he wins the Big Ten West this year, what else do you want?
I thought it was perfect. Like you said, he's the epitome of what they need as coach. Mm-hmm. When Matt and I went to the game, I don't know how they ever did it when it was at the Dome. It's perfect where it's at. Just the vibe, everything, the culture that he creates. It's great. And I think one of the reasons they wanted to get it done now is to change the buyout and up it, especially for the first couple of years, because it's we don't think he's leaving, but if somebody comes knocking, let's at least make it more difficult for them to take him. And I don't know, most of them want to keep moving up the ladder, but to your point, his shtick, his culture, you can't take it everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially to a Notre Dame or some of these, where your boosters are going to be no.
Yeah.
No, you're going to fit in how we want you to fit in.
Yeah.
I think a USC, I think that could work.
Yeah.
California,
yeah.
And I think a lot of them, the Keyshawn Johnsons of the world, would buy into it, and so that's why I think they were a little nervous. And it was but yeah, I hope he's here for the long run. He's done a great job. It's Gopher football's fun again. Mm-hmm. I could barely get here because of all the people walking, and Tevin could barely get here because of all the gunfire shooting, and
It's my life to do this shit.
But yeah, row the boat, Scotty Ma.
Roll go Gophers. Lastly, John Cusack and White Sox Dave got into a heated debate over fanhood. Who was right?
So this one was
no idea what this.
Okay, so this one was fun. I had seen this on the internet. White Sox Dave is a blogger for Barstool Sports.
Okay.
And he's obviously an avid Chicago White Sox fan. Well, John Cusack, the actor, has been seen flip-flopping. So when the Cubs won, he was on the field wearing Cubs stuff. Mm-hmm. Then he was seen at the White Sox game. So White Sox Dave saw him and confronted him in person, and John Cusack actually got him in the argument, attacked him on Twitter, all this stuff. But I thought it brought up a great debate for all these big cities, L.A., Rams, Chargers. Like, is it okay to have two?
And see, what I read it, because I just typed in John Cusack, White Sox Dave. And John Cusack's argument has been consistent. He's a Chicago sports fan, which is funny because it's like you never think that you can be. You have to be Lakers, Clippers, White Sox, White Sox, Cubs, Mets, Yankees. It's like they don't let you be
Both, yeah.
both. But from everything that I saw, because I didn't know, it's like the big time fans of teams in Chicago. I mean, Bill Murray, Vince Vaughn, those guys are huge Cubs fans. But I never knew that John Cusack was pegged to one or the other. I knew he was from Chicago.
Well, and his argument does hold up.
Yeah.
He has been. He grew up. He went to both, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But for the point of argument, you cannot be. You need to pick one.
You have to.
You have to pick one. You can't do both. You can't wear a Cubs hat and no. It's just you're not a real fan then.
What do you do when they play each other in the playoffs then?
Yeah.
Like who's he going to cheer for?
Yeah. I mean, I've always gotten away with it because I grew up a Twins fan, but I'm from Milwaukee. They don't have to play each other unless it were to be in the World Series. But it's like,
But then who?
what's that? Oh, I'd be a Twins fan because it's just,
I mean, that was your team.
that was my team the whole time. But, it's like this year in the playoffs, Twins sucked. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to turn the Brewers on and watch them, cheer for them. But if push comes to shove, I'm a Twins fan.
See, Matt, I got a lot of shit at my meeting Wednesday because I bought a Blackhawks jersey. It was $10 brand new at TJ Maxx. And I wouldn't just buy any old $10 jersey, brand new or not. I lived in Chicago. I worked at this restaurant like during the Stanley Cup, kind of got into hockey a little bit. And so I won the Stanley Cup with him. So I was talking to Matt about it. And he's just heated. And I'm like, I'm sorry that you don't have a chip. Like that's not my fault, but like I still claim them. We shared a championship together. Yeah. I'm a Wild fan. I love the North Stars. Like I have my fanhood, but like you can't take that from me. That was a time in my life. Like, and he was just I wish he was here now to get into it.
Him screaming and pounding on the table.
But I don't do that with every sport. It's just the Vikings. It's just the Twins. I love my Wolves, but I'm a LeBron guy.
Yeah.
It's LeBron, I've never had to get there. And, if the Wolves were there versus LeBron, yeah, it would be the Wolves.
Yeah. Right.
But like I've followed LeBron everywhere he went. If Bronny pans out, I love Bronny too. The James gang. I'm a part of it.
Oh my gosh. He's like just want to get adopted into their
I'm a part of it. Bryce Maximus. Come on.
Jesus.
Let's go. I just created Bronny on 2K this morning.
Let's take the James Dong out of your mouth.
So
we are moving on.
It couldn't fit. That thing's huge.
Yeah,
We're on to history.
We're moving on to history.
All right. Got some good ones, even a Twins one for you, Greg. On this day in history, November 6th, I got that one right.
Yeah, you did.
In 1860, Republican Abe Lincoln of Illinois elected the 16th president of the United States of America. So this is a real question here, Greg.
Yep.
In 1861, Jefferson Davis elected to a 6-year term as the U.S. Confederate president.
Mm-hmm.
So what was going on? I'm not you're the history guy.
That was before the Civil War when the southern states seceded from the Union.
Okay.
So Jefferson Davis was the Abraham Lincoln equivalent.
Right. Of the southern states.
Yeah.
Okay. 1869, only 8 years after that, the first U.S. college football game.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm guessing Northeast.
I don't know. I didn't have any details. 1879, Canada celebrates First Thanksgiving Day.
Huh.
I didn't know Canada had a Thanksgiving, to be honest.
Apparently, they flushed out some Native Americans,
I guess so, unless it's a different meaning for their Thanksgiving. 1913, Mahatma Gandhi arrested for leading Indian miners' march in South Africa.
He's a rebel rouser.
Yeah, he is. 1917, New York State adopts a constitutional amendment giving women the right to vote in state elections.
Huh.
Ahead of their time. 1929, Providence Steamroller become the first NFL team to host a game at night under floodlights, but they lose 16-0 against the Chicago Cardinals. So the NFL, the Providence Steamrollers, and the Chicago Cardinals.
Wow.
I want a steamroller jersey. Be kind of cool. 1938, three DiMaggio brothers played together for the first time in a charity all-star game. I didn't know there was more than one.
I was going to say.
I thought it was Joe. Joe, Josh, and James, I guess. 1947, NBC's Meet the Press debuts. It's U.S. longest-running TV show. Is that what Walter Cronkite was on? Or was he an ABC guy?
I don't know. I think he was like one of those. I think he jumped. I don't know. Before my time.
Maybe look that up, Tevin. 1966, first entire lineup of televised in color. First entire lineup televised in color.
Wow.
That was also on NBC. Here you go. 1976, former Twins relief ace Bill Campbell is the first free agent to sign with the new team, joining the Red Sox for $1 million over 4 years.
Wow.
There's some history stats for you. 1990, Arsenio Hall gets a star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame.
Huh.
I wonder what he's doing.
Yeah. You don't hear from him anymore.
He was a big deal.
Yeah, he was.
The Arsenio Hall show.
With all, his Coming to America.
I'm surprised. Oh, yeah, he was in the new one. I'm surprised with everything going on in the world that NBC didn't call Arsenio Hall and say, we're going to need you to come back.
Round two.
2001 TV drama series 24, starring Kiefer Sutherland, premieres on Fox. I did Jack Bauer, was
Jack
one of my
Bauer.
JB on initials that I got.
Yeah, it was.
2018, last but definitely not least, British actor Idris Elba named People's sexiest man alive.
Huh.
Idris Elba. Wasn't he supposed to be a Bond?
He
supposed
was.
to play Bond at one point.
Again, part of where we're at. They're like, we need a black Bond. We got to get him in here.
The
Get the sexiest man alive.
The funny thing is, people don't know who he is. He was Charles on The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
He's-
he's a good actor.
Oh, he's great.
Oh.
Yeah. No, if like when they'd make the biography about my life, like he's actually the person that would be cast to play me.
He can grow a beard.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all. Moving on. Moving on.
And he's much darker.
Yeah, he's definitely not. But
Okay, you can get it. It's your movie.
Yeah.
He's all yours,
it's
Tevin.
between him and Denzel Washington.
Of course
I'm not
it is.
gonna. Maybe Denzel's kid.
That's like every black guy's go-to.
Right.
It's like, I want Denzel to play me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
was-
I want
was
Ryan
once
Reynolds to
told
play me.
I was once told I looked like a young Denzel, and I was like, you probably think all black people look alike. 'cause
Yeah.
Denzel Washington.
Don't ever say that to me, you racist.
All right, the NFL power rankings. What are you guys' list looking like?
All right.
All right, 10-6, Greg.
10 Bengals, 9 Ravens, 8 Raiders, 7 Titans, 6 Buccaneers.
The Titans are out.
Okay.
Titans are out. I did it not based on the record. I did it based on where the teams are at. So I don't know if you have the Saints in.
I do not.
Saints have a good record. They're out.
Yep.
Titans, they're out.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the Chargers
Okay.
with the worst record at 4-3 at my number 10. So power rankings where we're at and just kind of my projections. Raiders, number 9 at 5-2. Bengals at 8, still at 5-3. I think that loss was coming off the high horse to the Ravens and losing to the shit Jets, but I still think they're for real. Ravens ahead of them at 7, and the Cardinals at 6.
Okay.
At 7-1.
I have the Cardinals at 5.
So not much off there. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have the Bills at 4, Rams at 3, Packers at 2, Cowboys at 1.
Ooh.
I think that if the Cowboys can beat a legitimate team with their backup quarterback, it answered my questions that do they have depth other places?
Okay. So I got Bills at 5, the Bucks at 4, the Pack at 3, the Cowboys at 2, the Rams at 1.
Okay.
So the Cowboys are right there. I think they're, and this isn't because I don't like the Packers. I mean, they're 7-1. They're in my top 3, and they're a good team. But I just think the Cowboys' defense has gotten so much better, especially with I'm gonna blank on his name, the linebacker, their first-round pick, Mike Parsons, is a beast, and then Stefan's brother, Trayvon Diggs, has just been electrifying.
Did you put the Rams at 1 because of Von Miller?
No.
Okay.
No, but again, projected, what I think of them. I mean, they're 7-1.
Yeah.
So I think adding Von Miller, I don't even know if he's healthy.
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name all year.
Yeah.
So to me, it's just, I don't know. Will it help him? I guess, but
Yeah.
he hasn't been relevant in 2 years.
Yeah.
So add depth, I guess. But no, they're a good team. They got a good defense. Cooper Kupp is the number 1 wide receiver in the league right now,
That is
which is
hilarious.
just crazy. But they're rolling. So as of now, they're going to stay put. And the Chiefs, for the first time this year, are out.
Yeah.
They suck.
Yeah.
But
This
they
is-
will get a win this weekend.
Well, okay, that's the funny thing
We'll see in our pick'ems here.
is
Did Matt send you his?
yeah,
Okay.
I sent it to him this morning. That's the funny thing is if you're a Packer fan, this actually isn't the worst thing for you because you're playing against a team that is really, really good, back-to-back, Super Bowl appearances, greatest quarterback of all time on the other side of the field, but their defense sucks. So here's the thing is you're beating on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best.
Yep.
You're playing against a 3 or a 4 defensively. But the perception is going to be that you're playing an 8 or a 9.
Sure.
So if Jordan Love comes out and puts up decent numbers, it's going to build up his confidence, which is what he needs. But at the end of the day, I mean, you just beat a subpar defensive team, or held your own.
Do you think NFL teams do this? I heard this on the radio, and I thought it was kind of interesting to keep Jordan Love on his toes as he's walking through the locker room. They shout like a play at him, and he's got to tell him the reads.
I'm sure they do something like that.
So just like blah la 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 la, and
Yeah.
he's just right away like
what movie was that?
where they hold the football and
Yeah.
walk around school. Like they only do that for people that have a problem.
not fumbling. I'm talking about
that was
play
in-
calls.
Well, yeah, right, but I'm saying like it's along that lines where like hey, like we're gonna yell this play at you. Like I feel like they wouldn't do that if he wasn't having trouble picking up
Yeah,
the playbook.
that
I
was in
feel
the
like it's
movie
more
The
of a red
Program.
flag, Yeah.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
With the chick kicker.
No, that was Necessary Roughness.
Oh, that's a good one too.
No, but The Program was the serious one where the coach was James Caan, and where it was kind of like the fake Florida State.
So speaking of chicks in sports, on my team this morning, I hired a woman head coach. First in NBA history.
Oh, in 2K.
Yeah.
Who'd you get? Tamara Moore?
No, they don't have real
okay.
real ones.
Okay.
But a black woman head coach too.
Tamara Moore.
Mr. Progressive.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, Bronny, he called for it. He wanted it.
You've done more for the female and black community in one morning
Then
than anybody else has done in the history.
60 years.
Yeah, I just do what I can.
The Mount Rushmore of equality is Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Mike Reeves.
Right. Well, with Aaron Rodgers too, because he likes to quote MLK, and he calls him MLK, and he was looking at a computer to quote it.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he had to look
he
over.
looks down and then looks up again and then looks back at like we know you're reading it.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna quote him, just learn the 3
Yeah,
lines.
Just grab some paper and put it in front of you.
That was great.
Amazing. All right. You guys have anything to add to your power rankings?
No.
No, pretty good.
Moving on. We are moving on to. Was this a typo that you left this in here?
I think
No,
Greg's
I
got
got
it
it.
lined
I got
up.
it.
Greg's gonna do it.
Yeah, so we got Matt. Well,
We got to get people winning money out there,
Yeah.
even if Matt's gone.
Yeah, Matt not being here doesn't mean that I can't fatten my bank account.
Right.
So we got Sean Sorrow, a.k.a. the Big Papa. He's got a 3-team parlay. So what this means is you have to win all 3 of these games in order to win the cheddar. Parlay. So, number 1, take Miami minus the 5.5. Take Cincinnati minus 1. I don't know where he got that number from, but it's official. So it's in here.
It's official.
It's legit. And Buffalo minus 14.5. Now, you put 50 of your own American dollars down there. Now, for someone like Mike Reeves, that's like a half hour of work. You can win 270. So, multiply that out. You want to put $500 down on it? You can win $2,700. These are 3 good games. I like these games. Sean, nicely done. Sean, the Big Papa. Sorrow.
That's profit parlays for you. Bet all 3 to win big, Twist Nation.
All right, now we are moving on.
I'm a little nervous.
GBG's NFL pick'em. Let's see how we stacked up after last.
I was bitching and moaning to Matt because we do these. We have for 2 years now. Greg gets them on Wednesday, and regardless of if they change, we stick to it.
Yep.
And the Vikings Cowboys shifted dramatically before we did ours.
Now, here's the thing for this week, and I talked to you guys about it. We couldn't do it. I couldn't do it on Wednesday because before the Lions came out, they pulled the Packer game.
Okay.
So anyway, but Mike, you'll be happy. After 8 weeks, Mike at 23-16-1
Do not tell me he's in first place.
by 2 full games.
What the fuck?
Tevin at 21-18-1.
Wow. I thought I lost some traction last week.
Matt and I are at 20-19-1. You actually picked up a game.
Wow.
Yep. So here we go.
Yes.
Moving on. I already have Matt's picks, which I will disclose after everyone else makes their
So
picks.
again, pick 'em. We're doing a food
Food challenge.
challenge.
Yep.
Fantasy football, we're plunging.
Yep. Wait. So yeah, it's everyone but the winner.
Correct.
Yep.
And then fantasy basketball.
We made a decision this morning, Matt, Tevin,
Okay.
You got to run a 5K.
to the show.
Holy hell.
To the show.
So we'll
What's a 5K like?
3 miles.
3.3 miles.
That's not bad.
So we'll pinpoint it, somewhere 3 miles out.
Yeah, like let's say it's Matt, just because that would make my life.
But there's 3 of us.
Yeah, so whoever wins is going to drive the 3 losers 3.3 miles away, and they have to jog or run or whatever to the studio before the show.
Dude, and so if it's like all 3 of us, we should have to do like there should be like an Olympic torch lighting type vibe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll be.
We don't do anything less here at Twist.
The winner is going to be recording it, which will probably let's be honest, a good 20 minutes at a good jog. So we got to figure about 40.
Yeah.
Because Mike's going to have to stop for a break. I'm going to have to stretch out the old hammy halfway through.
I can't run 3 miles. I'm sorry.
This is-
I know you thought I could, Twist, but
And this is for the basketball, correct?
yes.
and
I've never wanted to win fantasy basketball more in my life. I would love to watch you guys have to run 3.3 miles.
I don't.
Mostly Benzie.
Well, and that's the funny thing is I can tell right now that Matt is in bed, sick with a migraine, or he's PMSing or whatever, because he would have commented by now because he had no idea we were going to do this.
Yeah.
He's not watching the show.
Yeah, and
there would have
it's-
been a comment up already.
It's set in stone.
Set in stone.
So, I mean, it's not like it's fun for me. I don't like running. Greg's old. He can't
Yeah, I
run.
got no
Nobody
knees.
nobody likes running.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
So, there we go. It's locked.
All right. Game 1. Browns plus 2.5. Bengals minus 2.5. I'm going to go with the Brownies.
I'm going Bengals.
I'm also going Bengals.
I think they're coming back. Like I said, I think they're for real. And I think the Browns are in disarray right now.
Matty Benz also took the Bengals.
Ooh.
Patriots minus 3.5 over the Panthers.
I'll take the Patriots.
I will also take the Patriots.
Yeah, Patriots.
Matthew also took the Patriots. Cardinals. 49ers are 2.5 point favorites over the Cardinals.
The Niners are?
Yes.
Cardinals.
I'll take the Cardinals.
I am going to take the 49ers because George Kittle's coming back. And Brendan Ayuk blew out the doors off the stadium last week. Packers plus 7.5 over the Chiefs.
7.5 is a lot.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking the Packers. I think 7.5 is too many.
But give me the Chiefs.
All right.
I'm also gonna go with the Pack. The Chiefs have let me down often this year, so.
And Matt took the Chiefs.
Ooh, nice.
This is where I pick a game up on Mike.
Vikings, Ravens
Don't even
minus
spread.
6 points.
Ravens.
Ravens. I'm so done with the Minnesota Vikings.
So I think the best costume I saw
I'll take the Ravens too.
is that everybody.
That's all of them.
Okay, no, everybody took the Ravens.
Yeah.
Best costume I saw was this guy in like a hospital gown, and he just had like this chain with a thing hanging from it, and it was like, I'm sick of Mike Zimmer or something like that. It was great.
He's not going to last much longer if we keep this up.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Should I say my fact, my stupid fact that we heard on?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so the Vikings and the Ravens have played each other 6 times, and the 3 times that the Viking previous to this week, the 3 times that the Vikings won, they went on to play in the NFC Championship game. The 3 times that they lost, they fired their head coach at the end of the year.
So let's be rooting for
Root for the Ravens.
Yeah. If we win and we don't go to the NFC Championship game, we have a bone to pick with you, Greg.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
So,
be the first time ever.
right? All right. We have the fantasy football update.
All right, Polar Plunge on the line here. So, we had 2 weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So, week 7, Tevin and I faced each other.
Mm-hmm.
Tevin, you lost
God damn.
to move to 3-4. Me and 4-3. GBG and Ben's faced off. GBG, you lost. Ben's went to 3-4. Greg moved to 4-3. GBG and I faced this week. GBG, you lost. Went into Mahomes. He got you 14 points. I thought I lost.
Wow.
And you lost by like 1 or something.
Damn.
So I moved to 5-3. GBG to 500. Tevin, you faced Ben's. You lost.
What the hell is
Ben's went from 0-4 to a 4-game win streak to move to 4-4. So GBG and Ben's both have 4-4. Tevin, you're at 3-5. There are 2 games. I could lose both. Tevin could win both. We could be both 5-5. So I have, if it comes down to tiebreaker, because we have 2 weeks left till our championship of a 2-week championship. Mm-hmm. If it comes down to ties, I'll just have to go from all the weeks and add them up, and it's a points will be the differential. So I face Ben's this week, GBG and Tevin. You're facing off. Ben's is already to a hot start against me with Jonathan Taylor and his 32 points. So
I'm going to go find a costume that I'll be jumping into the polar.
you might be doing it
Might be
again
getting
this
cold
year.
Yep. Yeah, we'll raise another $100.
So that's your fantasy football update.
All right, and we will parlay that right into the fantasy basketball.
Over to the fantasy basketball desk. Tevin and I, we kept with the same schedule that we did in basketball. So T-Money and I faced off week 1, GBG and Ben's. Me and GBG both walked away with W's. Week 2, GBG and I faced. He got his first loss. I actually added that up this morning. We had, because we go Saturday to Friday. So starting today till next Friday. And Tevin, you pulled off the win against Benzino.
There you go. Of course I did.
So 2-0, me, 1-1, Tevin, 1-1, GBG, 0-2, Benz. But if history is, if history's shown us anything, you can climb your way back. So I'm off to a hot start of not running, but we're only 2 weeks into our fantasy basketball deal, and I don't want to run. So,
No, that sounds like a disaster.
I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
He's gonna be pissed.
I'm pissed. I don't know. It was my idea too. I'm like,
Did I leave this in by mistake? We're not doing Would You Rather today, are we?
I don't know. It's your job to grab it.
Oh, fuck it. We'll do a little Would You Rather.
There we go.
Here.
Yeah, it's my favorite part. We play a game at the beginning. We do a little Would You Rather at the end.
Would you rather be a mascot for a day or drive a Zamboni?
I'd be a mascot,
Yeah, I'd rather be a mascot because if you screw up as a Zamboni driver,
and I would.
yeah, exactly, I would.
100%.
I'd hit the net. I'd hit the wall. Yeah.
I think it depends on the mascot, but I think I'd rather drive a
I don't care which mascot it is because you don't know who I am.
Exactly.
So I can do whatever I want. And
Yeah.
You'll never know.
Yep.
Would you rather always lose the championship or never make the playoffs?
Always lose the championship.
Yeah. At least you're making it.
Yeah, I mean everyone loves Jim Kelly, Fran Tarkenton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Just blame other people.
Yeah.
I got us there, and
Yeah, but everybody also loves like Calvin Johnson,
That's one example.
Barry Sanders.
That's two examples.
any more Lions you want to throw out there, Tevin?
Matt
Jeez, Matt Stafford. Oh God.
Would you rather play with your best friend or beat your rival?
Beat my rival.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's a bigger scale.
Yep. Would you rather go undefeated on the road or undefeated at home?
Undefeated at home.
Home for sure for my crowd,
Yeah.
for my
Would you-
Scolders.
Would you rather have a loyal fan base or be highly respected in the commentator world?
Loyal fan
Loyal
base.
fan base. Yeah. They buy jerseys.
Yeah, they get you the money.
Would you rather meet your childhood sports idol today
Yes.
He's dead.
or play your sports idol in his or her prime?
No, I'd rather meet. Why do I want to play him?
Oh.
So I can get
Actually, I
just,
met Kirby Puckett when I was younger, but yeah, meet him now. Well, he's passed away, but
yeah, screw Kirby.
you do not like Kirby.
So wait, Mike, who's your childhood sports idol?
John Randall.
Okay, that's dope. I've met him before.
Yep. Did a paper on him in fourth. That's like really when I became a Vikings fan, was watching through him.
Doesn't he live in Medina?
Yeah, he's a local.
Yeah.
He golfs with meat sauce.
Yeah, he used to have a restaurant, Nicollet down.
Yeah, daily I forever hate him because of his nice tickets.
Yeah.
John Randall like painted eye paint on him in like the locker room.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I mean Johnny Randall, he was an undersized defensive lineman. You know, between him and the movie Rudy, I used to always use that for inspiration.
All right, next up, would you rather practice early in the morning or late at night?
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning,
Absolutely.
100%.
Night practices are the worst.
Yeah, that's my
You 'cause
vibe
you
and
waste
chill
your
mode.
you waste your whole day. 'Cause
Right.
You can't do anything. Would you rather lose on television or win with nobody watching?
Lose on
Yeah,
television.
lose on television.
I've won with nobody watching numerous times.
Would you rather have to play on New Year's Day or on Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
New Year's Day. I want Thanksgiving with the fam.
No, I'd rather play on Thanksgiving. Like the whole especially football,
Yeah.
everybody's at home watching prime time.
That's true. Then you're in the NFL. New Year's Day, you're in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you made it
And-
in Thanksgiving.
And New Year's Day as well. Like now you can't go out on New Year's Eve.
Plus, do they still
Games
give you
and stuff.
don't you get a drumstick or something if you play good?
Oh, the
yeah.
turkey leg?
Yeah.
Yep. Because didn't Madden do like the turducken
Oh, yeah.
trophy?
Is he
back
still
in the day?
alive?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
alive.
Is he lost it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just isn't.
Okay.
Yeah. He's probably at a home somewhere.
Yeah.
Would you rather, last one, would you rather play a position we're going to start over.
Yeah, try
Would you
again.
rather play a position you're better at or play a position you have more fun with?
Better at.
Better at. Yeah.
Oh, this is fun in left field.
Oh.
Standing here doing nothing. I'm terrible.
I don't have to catch, I don't have to do anything. This is a lot of fun.
Picking dandelions.
Yeah. No.
We are going to wrap the show up, as always, with GBG's final thoughts. Take it away.
All right. So I got a little bit on my high horse earlier with the Ruggs and Rodgers thing, but here's the thing. What it really boils down to is your own character. On my way in, I got off the expressway, and there was a guy on the side of the road, like they always do, asking for money. And I pulled $2 out of my pocket, gave him $2. And I thought to myself, my first thought is probably what a lot of people's first thoughts are, which is, he's going to go use that on drugs or alcohol or whatever. Well, here's the thing, and this is what it really boils down to for everyone, is the decisions I make with my money, my time, and all that, that's a reflection of my character. What that person does with what I gave them is a reflection of his character. I'm not going to tell him what to do with his money. I never said go buy food with this. I never said don't spend it on drugs or alcohol. That's a reflection of his character. All we are responsible for in our own lives is what we decide to do, what decisions we make, which is why whatever Aaron Rodgers wants to do, whatever Henry Ruggs wants to do, you know what? That's your decision. You also have to face the consequences for those actions. That's it.
So I've never been a proponent to give homeless people anything until coming and doing this show. It's the same guy on the corner. Every week I come, every week if I got the ones, he gets them. And I've never once thought, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't. If he wants to go buy meth, go buy it. Here's the money anyway.
Yeah.
Talk about the guy off 35.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Stinson.
Yep.
Yeah.
He moved corners a couple weeks ago, and I asked him too. Because he's the second light.
Well, wait a second. Well, you would be a different guy.
You're a
than me.
different guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
we're
I
coming from different
You're talking
ways.
about Dinkytown.
I come from the north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he had moved this other guy, shoved him up, and Benz was telling me because he's been a homeless panhandler.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, maybe he just he got smarter and moved to the first light. Because then when you get to the second light and the second homeless guy already gave it to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm a big guy. I've seen different homeless guys there. And if you sit on your ass,
You ain't getting money.
you ain't getting my money.
Yeah.
You got to get up.
I'm not going to walk up to your car until you roll down your window.
Right.
But
But I pull it down. I was blasting the game on the way here, and just thumping in the Toyota. They got great sound quality.
Nice.
All right.
You know who else has great sound quality?
Dima
Dima
Cash.
Cash.
Dima Cash. Yes. Great show today, guys.
Oh, that was a good one. Better without Benz is how I like to say it. That'll be the next shirt line. Thank you, Twist Nation. We'll see you soon. Episode 75. Have a great weekend.
We talking sports with a twist, no script. Legends coming through on the guest list. TC, Minnesota, land of the lakes. Boo, Green Bay. That's all I gotta say. Yelling skull with the woes, you know we don't play. We get wild every single day. We got our flaws, but we love our saints. Twist Nation, going like our pay.